Let's meet the worst criminals of the 14th century. Our first contender comes from England. This guy broke into a house. Standard criminal stuff. He gathers up a bunch of stuff, silver spoons, some nice clothes, the works. But then, on his way out, he sees the family's pet parrot in its cage, and the parrot squawks at him. Feeling a sudden, weird pang of guilt, the thief decides he can't leave the parrot as a witness. So, what does he do? Does he take the parrot? Silence it? No. He wakes up the homeowner, explains the entire situation, and asks if he can please purchase the parrot so his conscience is clear. He was arrested on the spot. Crime done honestly. In France, a man was put on trial for stealing a pig. The evidence was pretty solid. So he comes up with his brilliant, foolproof defense. He stands before the judge and declares, "I couldn't have stolen it. That pig is my oldest friend. We were raised together from childhood." The judge, trying not to laugh, asked for proof. The man stammered and changed his story 3 times, finally claiming the pig was a godparent to his child. They checked. It wasn't. He was convicted faster than you can say, oink. Okay, this one's gross but true. In medieval cities, the public nuisance laws were serious business. One man in London was arrested and put in the stocks not for theft or violence, but for being a professional corner cutter. And I mean that literally. He would wait on a specific street corner. And when wealthy people walked by in their fine robes, he would, well, let's just say he had excellent aim with whatever was in his mouth. He was a human spitball machine targeting expensive fabric for fun. His crime? Maliciously annoying the nobility. He was the troll of the 14th century. Now, the laws back then didn't just apply to people. Animals could be tried in court, too. There's a famous case where a village put a swarm of locusts on trial for eating their crops. They even appointed a lawyer for the bugs. But our criminal entry isn't the locusts. It's the lawyer who took the case. He stood up in a court of humans and made a passionate, lengthy argument about why the locusts were innocent and should be given their own plot of land to live on. He lost the case. The locusts were ordered to leave, they didn't listen. And this lawyer is remembered forever as the guy who tried to negotiate with insects. There was a peasant rebellion in England in 1381. It was a big, serious deal. Thousands marched on London. And in the middle of it, there was one rebel whose job was to break into a nobleman's house and destroy the financial records, the papers that kept the peasants in debt. He gets in, finds the important-looking scrolls, and builds a small fire in the courtyard to burn them. So far, so good. But the fire gets out of control. And instead of burning just the records, he burns down the entire house, the stable, and the neighbor's shed. He turned a symbolic act of protest into a giant, attention-grabbing arson case. His fellow rebels were not impressed. This might be my favorite. A man was on trial for poaching, hunting deer on the king's land. The judge was known to be harsh. The night before the verdict, the criminal decides to bribe the judge to get a lighter sentence. But he has no money. So he sneaks onto the judge's own country estate, steals one of the judge's prize-winning chickens, cooks it up nicely, and presents it to the judge as a gift. He basically said, "I stole from you, please don't punish me for stealing." He was given the maximum sentence. Shocking. Our number one worst criminal is a pirate. Sounds cool, right? Wrong. This guy, based in the Mediterranean, finally got his hands on a big, beautiful ship. He and his crew set out for their first major raid, dreaming of treasure. They sailed for a day and a night, spotted a port town that looked wealthy and poorly defended, and launched their attack. They roared onto the docks, only to realize it was their home port. They had sailed in a giant, embarrassing circle and had just raided their own hometown's market. They were arrested by their own neighbors before they could even steal a single cucumber. It is, without a doubt, the most pathetic pirate story of all time. If you had to be a criminal in the 1300s, at least be a good one. Don't be these guys. Which of these historical doofuses was your favorite? Do you know any other famously incompetent criminals? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want more deep dives into history's weirdest corners, hit subscribe. Until next time, try not to raid your own hometown.